Every week I find myself removing dust from the furniture, and especially in winter with the heating on, there is always too much of it, despite I often use the vacuum cleaner. This makes me think that much of it ends up in my lungs, if my nose can't hold all of it. Maybe that's why I've had an irritated throat for months, with an obnoxious cough that doesn't seem to go away. I begin to read up on it and discover that the dust I observe in the house is only the smallest part of what is in the air, as the bulk is not visible to the eye, because it's smaller than 40 microns. Keep in mind that a micron is a thousandth of a millimeter. I find an image that makes me think a lot about the risks we run. Our noses can only filter out particles larger than 6 microns, so the PM10, while those 2.5 microns go straight into the bronchi. I decide to get to the bottom of the matter and obtain a reliable meter of fine particulate matter, the TEMTOP detector, whose link you can find in the description. Thanks to which I have confirmation that the air is very polluted and is rightly called the invisible killer. The topic intrigues me, and I tried the detector in other situations as well, for example with smokers. Electronic cigarettes, as classic cigarettes, cause the detector to spike above the maximum threshold, and in such a short time that I wonder how much particulate matter might be getting into the lungs of smokers. Some speculate that it's water vapor that causes the levels to rise. I try boiling water, and it does not vary the measurement, so it's irrelevant. Within the home, the situation is fortunately better, but I realize that there is a little use in opening the windows to change the air in the morning, because the air outside is very polluted, at least where I live. Some time ago, I had researched what house plants to buy to purify the air, and among them I had found the Sansevieria, Dracaena, Poros, but their function is limited to reducing CO2 by producing oxygen. For particulate matter, they obviously cannot guarantee a healthy environment. So I decided to research the internet for an innovative solution. First, I'll look on YouTube to see videos of those who have tackled the problem and found a solution before me, but no one convinces me. They only look at the data advertised by the manufacturer of the air purifiers, without considering, for example, fluid dynamics and mechanical filtration. What does fluid dynamics have to do with it? If I buy, for example, a purifier which has a small fan, how can I imagine that it can circulate the air of an entire room to clean it? Or if the purifier is equipped with an ultraviolet lamp, it is true that it kills bacteria, but if it does not have a filter, then these are released dead into the air, and they can do harm to my body anyway, creating irritation and allergies. So both fluid dynamics and filtration systems are two key elements in choosing a purifier. As for the transmission of viruses, the theory that we were taught during the pandemic, that it's enough to keep 1 meter away to avoid contagion, has never convinced me. But this is my personal opinion. If when you blow soap bubbles, just a little air is enough to carry them very far away, when a person sneezes, can't the aerosol droplets have the same behavior as the much heavier soap bubbles? Perhaps in the open air the concentration is reduced because the particles disperse more easily, but indoors the same cannot happen. I found a video from the University of Oregon that confirms my hypothesis. If in an air-conditioned room one person sneezes, soon everyone is affected. Once again, I decide to avail myself of my informant. The photos, which who knows how he retrieved, talk about a project that Politecnico of Milan is carrying out. They have installed air purifiers in 40 classrooms in 4 schools in Milan, and they are analyzing air quality data and comparing it with data provided by as many 40 classes where there are no purifiers. Now I just need to find out who the company that makes those air purifiers is, because if it was chosen by the Politecnico, then it's likely to be a leader in the field. The air purifier is the Niveus 100, manufactured by Netco, an Italian company specialized in designing and manufacturing air purification system. Doing some researches online, I find that Netco's Niveus 100 air purifier seems very effective and innovative. It's equipped with an 8 square meter ULPA 15 level filter, which blocks particles down to the size of 0.12 microns, and an activated carbon filter to block gases, such as formaldehyde and benzene. The fluid dynamics of Netco's Niveus 100 air purifier has been thoroughly researched by a team of engineers. At the top, it has many holes for air to enter slowly from several sides, while at the bottom it has only a few. This will increase the pressure and thus the speed of the air at the exit. This way the air put into the room tends to go very far along the floor and then go up the walls and back from the top to the intake holes. Also online I find out that all the Virgin Active gyms in Italy have adopted it to ensure a healthy environment for their athletes. And this too confirms that I'm on the right track. A week later I have Netco's Niveus 100i air purifier at home. It can filter 300 cubic meters in an hour and has a 80 watts brushless motor, so it is maintenance free, draws little power and is almost quiet. It is equipped with 4.0 technology, so it can connect directly to a smartphone or a tablet or through the internet remotely. This allows me to be able to control it wherever I am. I can monitor either remotely or in its display air quality, filter status, CO2 quantity, fan speed and weekly schedule. And compared to filters in other commercial purifiers, it is definitely larger and of a superior ULPA type, so it performs better. This intrigues me and I decide to read up on it thoroughly. I first discovered that there are different categories of filters. They range from API and HEPA, which block particles as small as 0.3 microns, to ULPA, which can block particles as small as 0.12 microns. So in theory, even allergens and viruses such as COVID, which has size of 0.16 microns. To block gases, it is necessary to use activated carbon filters. As for CO2, since it cannot be filtered, you simply open the window when the system alerts you to a high level in the environment, and then the air purifier takes care of making clean the air thus brought in from the outside. If CO2 exceeds 1000 parts per million, it does indeed lead to stress on the body, difficulty in concentrating and fatigue. Speaking of the filter, it is the only part subjected to decay and should be changed about every 8000 hours, so after a couple of years using the air purifier for 12 hours a day. On the top there is a smartphone wireless charger, and this is most convenient because I can put my phone down on it in the evening before going to bed and find it charged in the morning. You can set the color of the light emitted, and the purifier has wheels, so it can be placed where most useful. Wanted to make sure I made a good choice, I first stressed the Niveus 100 air purifier by enclosing it in a plexiglass cube, where I installed a smoke machine. Incredible! In just 2 minutes, the air goes from impenetrable back to clean. Before turning it on in the house, I measure the air values in all the rooms, bearing in mind that the World Health Organization has set a value for fine particulate matter at 15 for PM2.5 on a daily average and 5 on an annual average. I want to see how effective this air purifier is, and in less than an hour the whole room has gone down from 10 to 2. The next day I measured the air quality in all the rooms and it is clean everywhere. This means that there is no need to move it, but still it can work very well where I place it. I also try using it in the kitchen where I'm frying, and the results surprise me. The PM2.5 values skyrocket despite having the windows open, but with the Niveus 100 air purifier they return to normal within minutes. I wonder what benefits we could get from it if it were installed in offices, waiting rooms and schools. I've had Netco's Niveus 100 air purifier for months now and leave it on all the time, day and night, and the annoying cough, which has been with me for months, has disappeared. Could it be a coincidence? Maybe not, since the Niveus 100 is certified against allergens. That's why I also got myself the smaller, lower-cost Niveus 50i model, which has the same 80-watt brushless motor as the Niveus 100, but a smaller filter, 4 square meter ULPA and 4 square meter activated carbon, which I keep in the bedroom, and by running it day and night, I always have air with 0 PM2.5. And with the Niveus app, you can monitor not only all the purifiers you have, checking how much air you are purifying and how much electricity you are consuming, but also get information about the air quality outside. Hoping this review can help you live healthier. I wish you a great day!